Good morning. We are the Group 2 and our report is all about Chapter 2. We are here to report you what is all about computer organization. In this lesson, we will provide you with an overview of the basic design of a computer. You will know how different parts of a computer are organized and how various operations are performed between different parts to do a specific task. Just sit and relax and listen to the reporters. And now, Venus Galassi will now report the basic computer operations.
Good morning to each and everyone. We are the Group 2. I am the first reporter to discuss the basic computer operations. Just listen because listening is the beginning of understanding. Let's start with the 5 major operations. 1. It accepts data or instruction by way of input. 2. It stores data. 3. It can process data as required by the user. 4. It gives result in the form of output. And 5. It controls all operations inside the computer. First is the input. This is the process of entering data and programs into the computer system. You should know that the computer is an electronic machine like any other machine which takes as inputs raw and performs some processing, giving out processed data. Therefore, the input unit takes data from us to the computer in an organized manner for processing. Input is I explain the input. Input is from the word encode. Example of input is the mouse, keyboard, webcam, and etc. Now let us discuss the storage. Storage is the process of saving data, and instruction permanently is known as storage. Data has to be fed into the system before the actual processing starts. It is because the processing speed of central processing unit is so fast that data has to be provided to CPU with the same speed. Therefore, the data is first stored in the storage unit or the primary storage of the computer system. It's designed to the above. Functionally, it provides space for storing data and instruction. Storage is from the word save. The input is from the word save. Ito yung ginawa mong input ay isinave mo sa storage. The storage unit perform the following major function. 1. All data and instruction are stored here before and after processing. 2. Intermediate result of processing are also stored here. Example of storage is memory, CD-ROM, floppy disk, flash drive, and etc. Processing. The task of performing operation like arithmetic and logical operations is called processing. The central processing unit takes the data and instruction from the storage unit and make all sorts of calculation based on the instruction given and the type of data provided. It is then sent back to the storage unit. Example of processing is the CPU. CPU, RAM, results from data for getting useful information. Similarly, the output produced by the computer after processing must also be kept somewhere inside the computer for further processing. Example of output is the monitor, speaker, headset, projector, printer, etc. Last is the control. The manner how instructions are executed in the controlling of all operations like input, processing, and output are performed by the control unit. It takes care of all step-by-step processing of all operations inside of computer. Sample of control is I would like to discuss the figure of basic computer operation. Input is the instruction of data that the input is stored in the storage unit, and the control unit is the supervisor or processed by the central processing unit, and after the processing unit, it is go to arithmetic logical unit, and after that go back to the storage unit, and the storage unit is process the output or result of the output. Thank you.
Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Ang i-report ko ay Central Processing Unit. The ALU and the CPU of a computer system are jointly known as the Central Processing Unit. Ang Arithmetic Logical Unit at saka Central Processing Unit ay pinagsama ay magiging Processing Unit. At tinatawag itong brain of the computer. Alam natin naman ang CPU ay nagko-control ng mga parts at nagdidesisyon kung saan ito ilalagay. At ito rin ang nagko-compute ng mga detalye at mga data. Kagaya ng sa mathematics, kailangan natin isolve ito para makuha natin ito. At saka ito ay nag-activate ng mga operations. Yun lang, at salamat.
In order to carry out the operation mentioned in the previous section, the computer allocates the tasks between its various functional units. The computer system is divided into 3 separate units for its operation. They are the ALO or Arithmetic Logical Unit, the CPU Control Unit, CPU Central Processing Unit. So, ALO is the Arithmetic Logical Unit. So, pagkatapos mong mag-enter ng data through input device, yung input na yon ay nakastore na sa primary storage unit. At yung actual na pagproseso ng data at instruction ay gagawin naman ngayon ni ALO ang kanyang trabaho. So si ALO ang siyang nagpa-process. So ang major operation na ginagawa ni ALO ay addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, at comparison. So, yung data naman na ito ay itra-transfer na ni ALO sa storage unit. So, pagkatapos ng pag-process ng output ay babalik ulit sa storage unit for further processing or getting stored. So, I'll discuss now the control unit or the CPU. So, si CPU naman ang siyang nag-a-act na parang supervisor. Kung ito ba ay nagawa ng maayos at si CEO ang nagdedetermine sa pagkakasunod in which computer programs and instructions are executed. Katulad ng pagproseso ng programs issuing of signals for other units of the computer to excuse them. Thereby, si CEO, siya ang nagko-coordinate ng mga activities ng mga computer peripherals equipment as they perform the input and output. So, sa madaling salita, si CEO ang siyang pinaka-boss sa lahat ng operation mentioned in the previous section. That's all.
Discuss today is about memory system in a computer. You know there are two kinds of computer memory. The one is primary memory and secondary memory. Now let's go to primary memory. Primary memory is accessible directly by the processing unit. Example, RAM or the random access memory. As soon as the computer is switched off, the contents of the primary memory is lost. You can store and retrieve data much faster will primary memory compared to secondary memory. Now to the secondary memory. Secondary memory such as floppy disk, magnetic disk, etc. is located outside the computer memory. The primary memory is more expensive because bigger than the secondary memory, and the primary memory is faster to process than the secondary memory.
I'm here to report about capacity of memory. Capacity memory. You know which its cell of memory contains of one characteristics or 1 byte of data. So you define a byte or words. Example, 150 kilobyte it is contained at 8 songs and pictures. The RAM. The primary storage is referred to as RAM because of possible and randomly. Select use memory as first address and loss of content. By failure,
Good morning to everyone. Ako po si Robert Silverello, discussing the 4 examples or related terms to memory of a computer. We have 1, the ROM. ROM is a programmable read-only memory. This is another type of primary memory. It is a form of digital memory wherein the setting of each bit is locked by a fuse or anti-fuse. Such prompts are used to store programs. PROM is used to store programs permanently. So, the key differences from the straight read-only memory is that the programming is applied after the device is constructed. PROMs are manufactured blank and depending on the technology, can be programmed at wafer, final test, or in system. The availability of this technology allows companies to keep a supply of blank programmable read-only memories in stock and program them at the last minute to avoid large volume commitment. This type of memories are frequently seen in video games consoles, mobile phones, radio frequency identifications tags, implementable medical devices, high-definition multimedia interfaces, and in many other consumers and automotive electronic products. Next example is the EPROM. EPROM is erasable programmable read-only memory. It's a type of memory chip that retains its data when its power supply is switched off. In other words, it is non-volatile. It is an array of floating gate transistors individually programmed by an electronic device that supplies higher voltages than those normally used in digital circuits. Once programmed, an EPROM can be erased by exposing into strong ultraviolet, such as from a mercury vapor light. EPROMs are easily recognizable by the transparent fused quartz. Next is the cache memory. Cache memory, this is a small amount of high-speed memory, usually with a memory cycle time comparable to the time required by the CPU to fetch one instruction. The cache is usually filled from main memory when instructions or data are fetched into the CPU. Often, the main memory will supply a wider data than the CPU acquires to fill the cache more rapidly. The amount of information which is replaces at one time in the cable is called the line size. Line size, that is normally the width of data, but between the cache memory and the main memory. A wide line size for the cache means that several instructions or data are loaded into the cache in one time, providing a kind of prefetching for instructions or data.
My report is all about secondary storage. Secondary storage has a huge volume of data stored here on permanent basis and transferred to the primary storage as and when required. Most widely used secondary storage devices are magnetic tapes and magnetic disks. Magnetic tapes Magnetic tapes are used for large computers like mainframe computers where large volume of data is stored for a longer time. In PC also, you can use tapes in form of cassettes. The cost of storing data in tapes is expensive. Tapes consist of magnetic materials that store data permanently. It can be 12.5 mm to 25 mm wide, plastic film type, and 500 meter. Second example is magnetic disc. You might have seen the gramophone record, which is circular like a disc and coated with magnetic material. Magnetic discs used in computer are made on the same principle. It rotates with very high speed inside the computer drive. Data is stored on both the surface of the disc. Magnetic discs are most popular for direct access storage device. Third example is floppy disk. It is similar to magnetic disk discussed above. They are 5.25 inch or 3.5 inch in diameter. They come in single or double density and recorded on one both surface of the diskette. The capacity of a 5.25 inch floppy is 1.2 megabytes, whereas for 3.5 inch floppy, it is 1.44 megabytes. Fourth example is optical disk. With every new application and software, there is greater demand for memory capacity. It is a necessity to store large volume of data that has led to the development of optical storage medium. Optical disk can be divided into following categories.
Hi, I'm Chris Langlibot. I report that under optical disk, they are divided up three. They have one compact disk read-only memory or CD-ROM. They are made in reflective metal, or CD-ROM is written during the process of manufacturing by high power laser beam. Here, storage density is very high, storage cost is very low, and the access time is relatively fast. CD-ROM is these are physically pressed out of the plastic and so cannot be written to or erased. The data is permanent. Example of CD-ROM is this. This data is permanently, and the two is the only read memory or worm. A worm allowed the user to write data permanently into the disk. One of the data is written. This can never erase and this is no chance of accidental erasure, and overwrites are usually prevented by the drive or by the driver software. So they have write only but read many. So and number 3 is erasable optical disc. This is optical disc where they can be written, erase and rewrite. This also applied a laser beam to write and rewrite the data. The disc may be optical discs are based on a technology known as magnetic tape or MO. To write a data onto the erasable optical disc, the MO drive, laser beam, and magnetic size is tiny, precise, and defined point on this surface and magnetize it. This is physical, much like worm disc. Thank you.
Good morning to each and everyone. I'm Randy Luma and our group is Group 2 and my report is all about input devices. The function of input devices is to accept or collect data and convert into a tree form suitable for processing. The one example of input device is what we call keyboard. The keyboard is the most commonly used input device. It's similar to a standard typewriter with some additional keys. Ang typewriter kasi ay konti lang yung keys niya while the keyboard ay mas pinarami, kaya kung mas marami ang key, mas marami kang pagpipilian at mailalagay sa iyong input. And the second is the mouse. The mouse is we use to point or to select the data in our computer. And the mouse is we use as pointing devices, and the others input devices are what we call the trackball, joystick, light pen, and etc. And that is my report all about input devices. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. I am Big Armiemban Jr. I will discuss input devices. Input devices are the necessary to convert our information or data into a form which can be understood by computer. For example, keyboard is used mainly for typing text into your computer like the keyboard on a typewriter. It has case for letter and numbers, but it also has a special case. The function case found on the top row perform different functions depending on where the are used. And the other one, the numeric keypads, located on the right side of most keyboard, allow to enter number quickly. And the other one, mouse, is an input device shown that is used with your personal computer. It rolls on a small ball and has 2 or 3 buttons on the top row. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Harvin Antonio. Reporting is all about output devices. When you work with a computer, you feed your data, right? So, through some devices, these devices are called input devices. Similarly, in output. And that's our report for today, output devices. When you say output, ito yung mga resulta or nagproproseso para maging output ng ating mga ginawa through devices. For example, the printer. Nakakita na tayo ng printer, di ba? So, ano namang hindi pa tayo nakita ng printer na yon? Alam na natin yung tsura ng printer na yon. This is the important output devices because which can be used to get printed copy, text copy, or result of a paper. May mga iba't ibang uri ng mga printer tulad ng sa disenyo, sa application nito, at marami pang iba. At least
makaklasify natin ang impact or non-impact nito sa printers. Kunyari sa dot matrix. Yan. Naman, they are electrostatics chemicals. Ginagamitan nito ng inkjet para makapag-print. Yan. Para makapag-print ng mga color printing graphics or graphicses. So, the following example of output is reporting to Miss Charis. Thank you. That's all. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig.
Good morning everyone. Listen and I discuss about the terminals and video of a computer. Terminal is the very popular interactive input and it also divided into types. The hard copy and a soft copy. The hard copy terminals provided with the printout on the paper, while the soft copy is the terminal provided into a visual copy on a monitor. The terminal is connected to a CPU to send instruction directly to a computer. And it also classified as a dumb terminal and an intelligent terminal. The second one is about the video or the visual display unit. The visual display unit is the most popular input-output unit, also called the monitor. A monitor is to display the input data and receive message from the computer. And monitor has its own box which is separated from the computer and also connected to the computer cable. That's all. Thank you.